Time, yay!
Here's the motherfucking tea.
Sean's gonna spill some tea. So,
hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Mental Health.
today we will be talking about relationships and how we use humor to cope with our mental illness.
So we're gonna start off with how our week went and how our goals went. So how did your week and your goals go?
My week was actually really good this week. I went to the gym probably 4 times this week. I went 3 days in a row, which is great. There was no embarrassing spinny door moments, so that was lovely. That was the most traumatizing moment of my life.
That's a moment that can be avoided.
Yeah, my goals were really good. Got 2 videos edited for the week. They're up on YouTube now, and I got us a new Twitter account. Click the link down below to follow our new Twitter account and our Facebook page. Every time you don't follow, a slop gets poured on the floor. So yeah, if you don't want slop poured on your floor, then subscribe to us.
Yeah.
How'd your week and how'd your goals go?
My week went pretty good as well. Nothing really special. Just kind of like started focusing more on myself and making sure I'm healthy and ready to go for this week. I got myself more motivated. I kind of like had like 2 days near the end of the week where I was like in my depressed
I had that too.
state.
Last like 3 days, I kind of was just like, cause like work was really busy and shitty.
The weather was really bad.
Yeah,
too.
it was sad and
Like,
depressing.
like brought out my seasonal depression again. I'm just like, can the weather just be warm?
Right.
Like,
Today is really kind of nice out, so we might go for somewhat of an adventure later. So hopefully that happens.
Exactly.
So yeah. So did you get all your goals done?
I just try to stay motivated because the goal I set for last week was more like a long-term goal, and just trying to like motivate myself to working towards like a bigger goal.
Exactly.
So basically, I kind of like, except I had like the fallout near the end of the week, but
hey,
I'm
that's
back
bound
in
to
better spirits
happen
today. So
me too. I'm like really excited for everything.
Plus, like this is our day to film, and we just like get so excited. Like,
we love filming.
So,
it's the most exciting part of the week. Yeah. Plus, we got a nice big room because we came here early.
Yes, that's what we were like waiting for.
God,
we're
big always just
room.
so anxious about not getting a room here at the college because like we have nowhere else to film because we're poor and can't afford a nice studio and the weather is shitty. Gotta work with what you got, right?
Yep.
So anyway, our first topic today, Bree's gonna do most of the talking with this one.
Like kind of break it up, like it's a big subject
and
to talk about.
Just warning, it's relationships and mental health, so it might be a little bit triggering.
Yeah.
So if you have you've been in an abusive relationship and this topic is kind of like hard and triggering for you to listen to, then I suggest you can skip or you can come back later or something. We might go for like 5-10 minutes on this topic, who knows, so come back if like this is hard for you. I'm gonna leave most of it up to Bree. I might go in and say something every once in a while because like I've been through it and I don't know if I want to talk about it quite yet. But
kind of more of a hard subject right now a little bit. But
I'm still dealing with it.
It's a big subject in general, but like we're just gonna like talk a little bit about it today. We'll talk about it maybe another day too.
Exactly. We're gonna break it up into different
we just want to kind of put awareness out there about it. So
you can start whenever you want.
We'll be talking about toxic friendships too, and how that affects us too. But relationships, we all love those, don't we?
Right.
I've actually never experienced a full relationship where you're full on happy with somebody. Like, I do not know what that feels like at all. Like, sure, everybody goes through like the feelings in the beginning of a relationship, like, oh my god, they're messaging me back, oh my god, they're amazing, they're awesome, they're this, they're that, and then then you start to realize who they really are, and so I've never really had that special connection with somebody where you stick it out and, and, I don't know if that'll ever happen for me one day, but I mean, I don't really care. Like, if I end up alone, I end up alone. I don't care. I just know what my value is, and I'm gonna wait till I find that with somebody, like, if so. But I've been through a lot of narcissistic, sociopath kind of relationships, and let me tell you, I would rather be alone the rest of my life than deal with another freaking one.
Same.
Like, oh God, like, we talked a little bit about it. I think it was in the second video. That was our introduction.
Yeah, that was our introduction video.
I wrote an article or something.
Yeah, you wrote an article about it.
Narcissists, yeah.
I'll post a little thing right here.
Yeah, exactly. And if any of my exes or anybody else is watching and thinks this is about them, probably my exes, yeah. But I mean, if anybody else is watching this, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Right? Like, think this is about you.
Yeah.
It's probably not, or it might be.
It could be, it might not be. Leave it up to you to decide that.
Exactly.
So, but anyways, though, like, for anybody who doesn't know, who hasn't watched our other video about narcissistic relationships, there's a lot of signs to look for about that. They're very
Sneaky.
Yeah, they're very charming. They come off really like,
I'm perfect.
I care about you. I love you. Blah 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 blah. Like saying all this stuff at first, and then they go to like gaslighting you, stonewalling you. They go to. By the way, we'll put the definitions in of those.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
When I edit later.
But they go to so many lengths to make you feel like you're to blame for their problems, and you can't fix these kinds of people because they're not fixable. They're broken inside, and they're never going to be the same. That's just who they are. And I tried to fix these people I dated, and no, you can't. Like, you get called I got called lots of names. Like, I stuck with these people and I don't even know how. Like, I deserve a medal.
Anyone who's been through it deserves something.
Yeah. I went through a sexual relationship and I tried to friends with benefits. Never worked. Never do that unless you're into that.
You do you, honey.
I did long distance relationships. I also did the whole sending nude photos. Never should have done that, especially to somebody who's long distance. Yeah, you never know where those photos are gonna go.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, like, we'll talk more about that, but that's my stance on just don't. If you feel like something is wrong in your gut about the relationship you're in, or somebody who you're talking to is like that, get out, because it's never gonna get better. And it's only get worse. I'm just talking from my experience, that I wish I would have knew all this before, so I can tell my past self this, just to get the hell out. Like, because these kinds of people will never change. And we'll talk more about it. Like, I'll talk more about my relationships in another video. But that's all I have to say for now about that. So yeah, we're not
anyone
just for
can be
women.
abusive.
Like, women are very abusive, and I've seen a lot of my friendships with males. They go through shit with their girlfriends or anybody they were with in the past, and oh my God, it's horrible to witness one of your fucking friends, being hit or talked down to by a female too. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
just anyone. Like, if you can't see yourself being with this person for the rest of your life, and being able to conquer those life obstacles, like, raising a family, everyday anger issues, just little things like that, possible, like, career goals in the future. If they can't support you in your career goals and anything you want to do with your life, then get the fuck out. Right? Honestly, just get out, don't look back, close the door, and just walk away.
Exactly.
It's hard, but you can get through it, and it can get better for you.
It does get better, like,
eventually.
Like, I don't know how to describe it, like, because I still, like, I don't have feelings for my exes, but, like, I get those moments where it's just like, I wonder what they're up to.
I wonder if they're doing
I wonder if they're okay. Like, my last relationship, it It was with somebody who had cancer, and you know, he was a complete asshole and stuff, but I still think from time to time, I hope he's still alive, you know, I'm not a bad person, so of course I'm just gonna be like, I hope he's doing well,
Exactly.
whatever, like, I'm not a vengeful, you know, I hope you die, little kind of person,
Exactly.
so it's like, but I don't message them, that's the thing, it's like, I know what they've done to me, so it's just like, I know better than to message them, but you still get those feelings from time to time.
You still miss them.
You still care in some way, you know.
But just don't contact them because again, the cycle will continue and it could get worse. It could get much worse.
Yes, that's so true.
Like probably like 1 in every 6 relationships that are domestic violence related do end up in very bad physical abuse.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Get out as soon as they show any signs of anger, any red flags.
Yeah, because really, like, emotional abuse is just as bad, sometimes worse than physical abuse too. And we're not saying that physical abuse isn't bad at all.
Exactly.
They're both very bad.
They're
like
very bad.
And you know, like just like, but emotional abuse, you know, leaves something on the heart where you hold it in you and try to heal. You know, it's just like getting a punch like right to your fucking heart, and you know, it's just like your heart is like bruised and stuff, and you're battered and you're beaten on the inside. So in the same breath, it's like almost the same thing, but it's not the same thing, you know. So I mean, both are really bad things, you know. So I mean, they're both horrible. So
exactly, and that's how it leads into like your mental health, because you get depressed because you think about it and you blame yourself and you think, oh, it's my fault. Everything I could have done to like help prevent this person from treating me that way, like what did I do? And that's when like depression and your anxiety kicks in, because you're just constantly just like beating yourself up over it. I still, every day I'm just like, what did I do wrong to make them so angry all the time? Like, you know, like you blame yourself constantly, and that's what a narcissistic sociopath does. You put that in your head, they gaslight you and they manipulate you into thinking that you're the problem when in fact you're not.
Exactly. Like, and I'm a very empathetic person, so I feel literally bad about everything in my life. Like, I'm super sensitive. I can't control that. Like, I'm just,
that's who you are.
Yeah, like I'm always helping people. Like, I'm always caring about other people's feelings before mine, and I end up paying for it in the end. Like, I don't know. I don't know my limits sometimes, but you know, eventually you do. Like, sort of like, okay, you know what? This person isn't gonna get the best of me anymore. Bye.
And you're gonna heal from it eventually.
Yeah,
it's
like,
gonna get better.
Exactly, but I would do the same thing. I would blame myself, and I still blame myself to this day for things that aren't even were my fault at all. Like, you know, like like don't talk to this person, don't talk to that person. You know, like where are you going? When are you gonna be home? Like, you know, like shower with me. No, like, you know, like I'm, you know, like I got like, oh my god, just like, it's just like bringing back like horrible memories too, like for me, because it's just like for things that were so stupid, where I couldn't even like live my life the way I wanted to, because I had to live my life the way they wanted it, like they wanted me to, like, it's so confusing. Like, it's just like they ordered you around like as their minion all the time, like controlling you all the time. Like, I remember when my ex was sleeping over at my place, and I woke up and I went to go make some breakfast for us, and he's like, well, why don't you stay in bed more, or whatever, like, how dare you get up, like, or whatever. And I'm like, I was just going to make breakfast for us, so I had made breakfast, and then he had to bitch about what I made for breakfast, because he couldn't eat that. And he's like, didn't you know I couldn't eat pancakes? And I'm just like, it kind of slipped out of my mind. Like, you never said anything. You watched me make the fucking pancakes. Like, by the way, bleep. I'll edit that. But yeah, and then he got like offended that I didn't shower with him because I took a shower before him, and I'm just like, does everything have to be with you all the time? Like, like I've showered with you many times, or I've done this with you many times. Like, everything was always like getting to be a chore with him for me, and I don't like that. I like feeling like, you know, I can live my own life, but not feel so suffocated by somebody at the same time. Like, and that relationship taught me a lot. Again, I'll get into it another day, but like that's just a little bit of what I've like went through with somebody before that I never want to go through again.
That's great. It's like another thing with like the relationship thing, when like somebody is trying to like make you feel like your body is theirs, it's not. If you don't want to like sleep with them multiple times during the week, you don't have to. It's your body. You can do what you're allowed to say no with them.
That's
They're
right.
making you feel guilty.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I went through that I don't really want to talk about. But
yeah, that's a big one. Is like sex, and like we'll talk about that another day because that's a very heavy subject. Well, that'll probably be like our whole topic too. Yeah. Like because there's so much to cover on that because it's such a triggering kind of sensitive topic to talk about because you know we're very we're not like other people where we can just use our bodies and stuff. Like we're very like you know, we've done some things maybe we're not proud of and stuff, but we also like value ourselves, and we don't want to just like share ourselves with like just everything and anybody, like you know. So yeah, so I mean we'll definitely touch up on that another day about that because that's definitely
a bigger
something we need to like talk about first even before we start
the
video
about it. Plan it out, write it down.
Yeah, we need to write out our thoughts about that.
God, sometimes our thoughts just like kind of fly.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, a thought.
Definitely toxic friendship. We've been through quite a bit of those. I was friends with this girl throughout high school. She was really nice at first.
I know her too.
Yeah, you dropped her as a friend already.
Yeah, I dropped her before anybody else dropped her.
You dropped her because of that one incident when she ditched me at that guy's house.
Yep, that was it for me.
Yeah, she was just very manipulative. I'm not really going to talk about her that much. But she was just really manipulative. Like, everything had to be her way. Like, if she didn't like the way you dressed, she would tell you. She didn't care your feelings, your opinions. She literally left me at some guy's house this one night, and she went hooked up with some other guy. That was like the last straw for her. Yeah. I stuck her out for a little bit longer, but then I dropped her.
It was because she lied too about it. She's just like, oh, my grandma's picking me up or something. Meanwhile, there's a guy outside. Like, oh, okay.
And the amount of guys she's stolen from me. Like, I'm not the type of girl that's like, oh my god, like this guy is stolen from like my best friend, like, but it's just like if I'm dating, like if this has happened more than once and I'm dating someone and they start liking you magically, you know, like obviously you're doing something if it's happened more than once. And she was just a backstabbing mean person, and like for sure. I mean, I wish her all the best in life. I hope she's doing good because I'm the type of person that cares. Yeah, but at the same time it's just like, you know, I can't, you're toxic for me. I can't handle Like you're trying to heal, you're trying to rid your life of negativity and toxicity. So I don't even know if I said that word correctly. But like, I mean, I'm not perfect, you know, by all means of the sense. Like, you know, like I make mistakes too every day. But like, I mean, this person just was controlling my life, and I just was like, girl, bye.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I've had toxic friendships too, or whatever. I had one recently. We kind of patched it back up again. Not gonna name names or whatever, but you know, we had a lot of arguments, and like I said, I'm not gonna say too much about it because we're friends again. So I'm not gonna go, you know, throwing someone under the bus. But so I mean, you know, you want a friendship to be able to just trust somebody enough to talk to them, you know, about your life without, you know, arguments ensuing every day, or feeling like you're to blame for something, or like, you know, a friendship should just flow, like basically, like, you know, it should just be, you know, like
our friendship.
Yeah, like I mean, like we don't talk to each other every second of the day or whatever, but like, we have a friendship that should just flow like ours. Like, I mean, it's, you know, we barely have arguments. We don't even really have arguments.
We just have like, disagreements,
you know,
like little things, but nothing like
exactly.
Like,
but
except that argument or fight me and you and Spencer got in like grade 2.
That was like
I don't even remember
years and years. Like,
you two were mad at me over something, and I just remember running down the street crying because you're mad.
I don't even know. Like, oh my god. Like, you should know what it you know, it feels like. Because,
exactly.
yeah, honestly, some friendships hurt worse than a fucking breakup.
Exactly.
That right now, you know, we'll talk more about it.
Yeah, we'll get way more into it another day. We just want to like hear your thoughts and opinions about, you know, relationships and what you've been through and what you want to hear us talk about, what you don't want to hear talk about. Like if a certain thing like kind of triggers you or brings up bad memories, we won't talk about it because we want to respect our viewers, you know. Like I know the first like 2 videos were just like, we don't care if we offend anyone, it's 2019, but like at the same time, like not only with like YouTube and being like demonetized or monetized for getting paid or whatever, but at the same time, like you gotta like, you know, be respectful of other people's like opinions and thoughts and feelings, you know, kind of thing. So we gotta keep these things in mind when we're editing, and I don't want to offend anyone, you know.
Also, I just want to touch up on the relationship part too. You know, I'm not like completely dragging my exes or whatever. I know that I fucked up in some places. Like,
yeah,
you know,
too.
I was too selfish at this point. I was, you know, I should have been a little more caring here and there or whatever. But also in the same breath too, it's just, if I was that way, it was because I felt like I wasn't getting the care or attention back that I should have been getting, you know. But I'm like noticing, or I noticed some toxic traits about myself in the past that I'm bettering, you know, because, you know, not everybody's perfect. We all, you know, mess up at some points and stuff, and so, you know, I wasn't like completely dragging my exes completely, you know, like.
Now we're gonna lead into this week's story time. I know everyone loves story time.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Welcome to Story Time.
So what's your story?
Oh boy, I've been meaning to tell this story for a while, but then, you know, another story is like, oh, tell me, you know, so, I mean, our life is just full of stories.
It's a story.
Anyways, so, my phone story, I guess it's just a bunch of different phone stories, but the main one is, I've had a couple autocorrects that just,
I have the screenshot for proof.
Yeah. Specifically, I was texting her. I think I texted you both of the autocorrects, actually.
Yeah.
The first one,
BJ's and sticks.
That was the second one.
Oh.
The first one was the chicken.
Oh, the chicken.
Why does our stories only have chickens in
Right?
them? The autocorrect changed the chicken to children, but this is how I said it. I said, children taste like a damn coconut. Not my chicken tastes like a damn coconut.
I don't even know why her chicken.
Because I used coconut oil,
oh, okay,
and I didn't know what
sense.
it tasted like at the time. This like became the butt of the joke of autocorrect, like
forever.
And then I had another instance. I think it was like around July 1st or something.
Yeah, we were talking about fireworks.
Yeah, and I don't know. I was trying to say glow sticks, and it autocorrected to
BJ's and blowjobs.
Yeah, it autocorrected to a blowjob, and I'm just like,
I got blowjobs, and I was like, girl.
Yeah, because it was like I got something in blowjobs, and I'm just like,
oh.
First of all, I'm a girl. I don't get blowjobs.
I had a story too. This happened in high school with this girl that was my friend in elementary school, but I hate her now. Not her, obviously, because she's sitting in the chair next to me. That would be awkward. We're just business partners.
That's fine.
Anyway, so yeah, I had a crush on this guy. This was in like grade 9 when I was in high school. I had a crush on this guy, and I was in French class, and I wrote him this really long, nice, sweet love note. Oh god, cringe. He's ugly as fuck now, by the way. Please stop watching, that would be awkward. Anyway, so I wrote him this really sweet long love note, and then this girl comes by that was my friend, and she looked and she's like, hey, is that for, is this for, that guy you like? And I was like, oh yeah. And then she grabs the note, reads it, and she's like, oh, that's so cute. And I'm like, oh no, what's she gonna do?
Underneath the table.
And then of course, I was showing my other friend the note, and then she came by and saw it. She was a huge, like, she stuck her nose in everyone's business. And I like seen the guy that I like walk by the classroom, and was like, oh great, okay. So of course she like was like, hey guys, Sabrina likes. Sabrina wrote a note for you, and chased him down the hallway shouting this.
Like bury myself, dig myself my grave.
I wanted to die. turns out he had a girlfriend, and he's ugly now.
Oh my god.
And I'm pretty sure I don't know, pretty sure he's been arrested a few times.
Oh.
So shout out to him.
Right.
So yeah, that was that story. I've had a lot of embarrassing crush stories from high school. A lot of embarrassing high school stories.
Yeah,
Like one time I was texting and walking, and I fell down a flight of stairs into a trash can. Intro. Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk About Mental Health. This is our special guest, Sean. And this is Bree and no Bree.
Our topic for this week is depression and our accomplishments in life so far.
To get started, we're going to talk about how our weeks went and our goals for this week. So Bree, how did your week and how did your goals go?
Gucci. It went really good.
It went Gucci gang.
It went pretty good. I mean,
We went on a lot of fun adventures.
Yeah, we tried to get away from our depression, so, you know.
My goal was to get my medication renewed, and I didn't get that done last week. But I do plan on seeing my therapist tomorrow, so it's definitely going to happen this week. I'm definitely going to get my medication. Because when I get off my medication, I get like super more depressed than I already am. I had a few downfall days last week, but these guys kept me out of it for the most part. There was a few days where I did decline to hang out with them, and they went and did fun things without me. So that's okay. So our first topic for today is depression. Yay, depression! Everyone.
So depressed.
Everyone knows well, not everyone, but most people do know what depression is. Depression for most people, or like in a general statement, is a chemical imbalance in the brain. For some people, it can be situational, like they're not born with the depression. It comes from a past event that they are traumatized by that leads into further depression as an adult. There's different strains of depression. There's just like a clinical depression, that if you're depressed for more than a certain amount of days in the month or a certain amount of days, that your depression just declines more. And then there's just like no matter like what, you need medication to get yourself out of that mood, because that means that you have a chemical imbalance in your brain. Everyone's depression story is different. Mine stemmed from early childhood when I was sexually abused by my brother from 9 to 12. It kind of became from that because it affects every aspect of my life today. It's hard to have an actual good relationship with a man or a woman. I've never been to one of those, but I'm sure it will probably affect that too. Just everything about relationships and anything is hard for me now, and it makes me depressed because I want these things in life, but it's hard to take those on and do them. But Bree, what is your experience with depression?
I've suffered from depression since I was about 11. Back in grade 6. Like I said, I had a really good childhood growing up, but I got bullied by my ex-best friend who, I don't know, she was just really jealous of the relationship I had with my mom and how we did things and stuff. And she was always very supportive in my life, and she never had a mother growing up, so we figured it came down to jealousy. And then she turned the whole school against me, blah blah blah. And yeah, that's just a story, let alone. But anyways, it stemmed from that, as well as my parents' divorce. When I had transferred schools a few times, I didn't have really any friends growing up. I kind of just stayed to myself, never went out anywhere. And that's just how my depression got worse. But yeah, so it's never really, it's gotten better, but that's my depression story. Hello.
Sean?
Hello.
Sean, what is your story with depression?
Depression also started at a very, very young age. Started with just being bullied. Bullied led to other things, suicidal thoughts, self-harm. And then I guess I went into drinking a lot. But then I don't know, I guess you find ways to cope with your depression. So I used piercings and tattoos as a way to cope with my depression and the way I look, my physical image. Tattoos make me well, they not only tell people a story about myself or show my story, but it also helps me feel comfortable in my skin because I'm the bigger guy. And it hides my scars, but we all have ways of coping with things, and that's my way of coping with it. The list goes on, but yeah. But the ways I cope with my depression is, yeah, tattoos, mostly music too. Put a pair of headphones on my head, helps with social anxiety when I'm out in public. I'll put on a pair of headphones if you ever see me around. It's not that I'm ignoring people, it's just the fact that I do have social anxiety, and it makes me feel comfortable, and I can go out and enjoy things when I have my music on me.
My depression as well, I isolate myself a lot. Like, even like these are the only two people like I normally hang out with, because like they're the only people that I generally have energy to hang out with. Like, I have other friends that I know I should be hanging out with, but like I go to make plans with them, and then like it gets to that day and then I cancel on them, and then I feel bad about it, so then it drags me deep into my depression even more. And like lately, like last week, there was a few times when they would be hanging out and they'd be like, hey, come chill, and I'd be like, no, I'd rather just sit in my depression all day. But then I find out they do all these fun things together, and I'm just like, wow. I should get out of my fucking bubble and go and hang out with my friends. But yeah, it's really hard to just be a normal human being with depression, because like depression distorts your thinking. It like, you have this voice in the back of your mind that just tells you like, oh, I'm an awful human being, I'm a terrible friend, you know, like all these horrible things about you that aren't true, you know, and it's just really hard to get out of that when you've been deep in it for so long. People don't choose to be depressed, but it's up to you to decide how you live with it. If you have depression, it's not your fault, and you can get out of it on your own. You can do all these sorts of things. You can take vitamins, you can take medications, and you can go for walks every day. And like, I mean, that might not help for some people, but for some people, those things are big factors when it comes to like getting yourselves out of that depression. Like, if you just lie in bed and do nothing, you're not gonna get better. Like, you're not gonna wake up one day and be like, I'm magically cured from my depression, and everything's gonna be sunshine and rainbows for you. Like, I said it before with medication, it's not a magic pill. Like, you have to do the work too. You have to take your medication at a certain time every day. You also have to eat well and healthy. And so now it's story time, yay!
Here's the motherfucking tea.
Sean's gonna spill some tea. So
wait, okay. Now, okay, I'm spilling the tea.
Yeah, Sean's tea. Yeah.
Okay, so I got a job recently as security. I'm not gonna say where, but yeah. So that's happening tomorrow, Monday, and I'm excited for it.
He's excited. I'm so proud of him.
It's been a long process.
Let's do a triple high five. Sure. Sure.
We're summoning Satan again.
Anyway.
So yeah, there's that, and I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now give me your popcorn.
So, Bree, what's your story time for this week?
Me and Sabrina were taking this path. This was like last year. It was close to my place, and we take this path a lot. And we had just come out of it, and and we heard this like whizzing sound behind us, like really fast or whatever. And we're like, what the heck is that freaking noise? And we like whipped around, and we startled our own selves because we just saw these like black figures on bikes, and we're like,
real bikes.
Frick? Yeah, literally. They were just like decked out in all black. And then, but like what came to my mind was just like freaking Dementors
from Harry Potter.
Yeah, Dementors on bikes.
We weren't even drunk at that point. We just honestly thought that there was Dementors on bikes whizzing behind us.
And now we associate that path and
with
that whole
Dementors
thing
on bikes.
With Dementors.
The other day we were.
Give her that look.
I'm leaving. Last week, Bree and I went on a really nice adventure in this forest thing, and I'll take more pictures of it because I want to go back there kind of. So like I want to challenge myself to get myself through it. But we couldn't last time because there was like a lot of mud, there was a lot of snow, a lot of uphills. I agree, there's a lot of uphills up this path.
Fucking uphill.
And then we kind of got like separated because there was this big long tree branch that I had to like shimmy across on
Shimmy, shimmy, yay, shimmy, yeah, oh.
I had to like slide across this tree branch, so she wanted to go uphill because she wasn't going to go on this tree branch. So I kind of was like going through it, and then she tried to go uphill, but she kept sliding down and getting stuck.
Because the mud was just sliding.
Yeah, the mud was horrible. So then we ended up getting separated. She went along further. I kept trying to like go along a different path. And then I was like looking around for her. I was like, where the fuck did this bitch go? So then I climbed out of the forest, and like I was thinking she'd be like there by the houses waiting for me because there was like in behind this backyard and there was a bunch of houses. So I was thinking she'd be by the houses waiting for me, but she wasn't there. So I went around, and then I went back through the forest to look for her, and I couldn't see her. So then to get out of this fucking forest, I had to climb a tree and jump down off it. So I hurt my elbow. It's still a little bruised. Still hurts when I lean it down on things. But yeah.
That little dot.
It hurts a lot. Anyway, so yeah, that was story time for this week.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to the next topic. Some things that you've accomplished.
Become employed.
You
Nailed
did
it.
it!
Yay.
Nailed it.
Yes, Sean gets a gold star this week.
Losing weight, one of them, hasn't been working out so well, but
You're getting there.
one at a time. Quitting smoking would be another one, since I smoke again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot yet. Not like, I don't know. I lived a different life than some normal people that went to school and all that.
She lives the outlaw life.
Yeah. Motherfucking Deagle Double G Snoop Dogg. Cut that.
I'll cut that one.
I used to be involved in a lot of sports growing up, so I have a lot of trophies and medals for that. So that's a pretty big accomplishment that I'm super proud of. I was always a good student in school, lots of A's and stuff. So I mean that's an accomplishment. My tattoo is my accomplishment, among many more I hope to get.
Yeah, gold star. This group thing. It's a
Yeah,
big
the group thing. I'm also really proud of the skills I've picked up with graphic designing, because that'll be great for my future. So yeah, that's mine.
Accomplishments in life are I've written 4 books. One's called In an Instant, about a girl who gets in a car crash and ends up in the afterlife and meets a boy. They don't fall in love or anything. Not yet, anyway.
That's
It's a sequel to the same book storyline, but they go into a place called the City of Angels, which is I'll link it down below or whatever, and you can read it or buy it or whatever if you want. And then I've written 2 poetry books. One is a collection of poetry from when I was younger, so it's really bad poetry, but I wanted to include it because that's how you show that you've grown, and I find that it's a big accomplishment in my life. And then I wrote one with newer, fresher poetry that I think is a lot better, but you can be the judge of that when I link it down below.
available on Amazon now.
Plugging you.
Plugging you. So yeah, Sean, you already spoke about your goals for the week. Bria, what are your goals?
Homework, bus pass, exercise.
My goal is to go to the gym this week because I didn't at all last week. Take my puppy out for lots of walks. Yes, I got a new puppy. I'll show you videos and pictures of my medication renewed so I don't go off the rails again.
Don't want that.
Going down on the crazy
And my
train.
next goal is to hang out with these guys whenever they ask me to, instead of being a depressed piece of shit in my bed. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for this week. Do you guys want to add anything else? Thank you for watching this week's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share for more weekly, hopefully weekly content.
Depressed because you miss out on a ton of good stuff.
Yeah, that just makes me more depressed. Thanks. Anyway.
Okay, bye.
So yeah, that's all I gotta say for this week. Do you guys want to persona of things that are not true about yourself, but it tells you all these sorts of lies? Like,
Here's the smack.
here's the tea.
Here's the motherfucking tea.
Ready?
Wow, this is uncomfortable.
Alright, guys, this is Bree and no Bree by now.
Wait, who this bitch?
Hey. So,
Okay, let's start over. I'll say hi everyone, welcome to Us But That's Stuff Mental Health. This is Sean, and then Bree. This is our special guest Sean for the week.
So your goal is to
We'll talk about my goals
stop
after at the end.
procrastinating.
We'll talk about my goals at the end, Sean. Did you know how our videos go? Anyway.
Greedy.
So our first topic for
Hello.
Sean, what is your story with depression?
Wow, put me on the spot.